Jürgen Schult was born on January 12, 1960, in Görlitz, East Germany, a city situated on the border between Germany and Poland. Growing up in a country with a strong tradition of Olympic sports, Schult's early life was marked by an innate athleticism that would later help him rise to the pinnacle of discus throwing. He was introduced to athletics at a young age and was particularly drawn to throwing events, initially trying his hand at javelin before eventually finding his true calling in the discus. Schult's father, who was an athlete himself, supported his son's early interest in sports, and Schult quickly displayed a natural talent for the discus throw. In his teenage years, he joined local athletics clubs where he received his first formal coaching, honing his technique and building the strength and power that would propel him to international success. His early years were spent developing his skills in East Germany's highly competitive sports system, which at the time was renowned for producing world-class athletes. It was here that Schult began training with some of the best coaches in the country, learning the intricacies of the discus throw and establishing himself as a force to be reckoned with on the national scene. Career peak. Rise to dominance. By the mid-1980s, Jürgen Schult had become one of the most dominant discus throwers in the world. His rise to prominence was characterized by a combination of sheer athletic talent, technical prowess, and an unrelenting drive to improve. Schult's breakthrough came in 1986, when he won the European Championships in Stockholm, Sweden. This victory was the first in a string of major titles that would cement his place among the elite athletes of the era. However, it was in 1988 that Schult reached the peak of his career. At the Seoul Summer Olympics, he achieved his lifelong dream by winning the gold medal in the men's discus throw, showcasing his talent and determination on the world stage. His Olympic victory was not just a personal achievement. It was a symbolic moment for East German athletics, as Schult's triumph represented the strength of the country's sports system. In 1986, Schult also set a world record that would come to define his career and elevate him to legendary status in the world of athletics. On June 6, 1986, in Neubrandenburg, East Germany, Schult threw the discus an astonishing 74.08 meters, 242 feet 7 inches, breaking the previous world record. This throw was a monumental achievement, and Schult's world record would stand for an incredible over 30 years, making it one of the longest-standing world records in athletics history. This remarkable feat was a combination of perfect technique, precision, and immense physical strength. Schult's ability to maintain consistency at such a high level for years earned him the respect of his peers and placed him at the forefront of the sport. Main achievements and milestones. Jürgen Schult's career is filled with a multitude of achievements that showcase his unparalleled skill in the discus throw. From world records to Olympic triumphs, Schult's legacy is built on his dominance at the global level. World record, 1986. Schult's world record throw in 1986 remains one of the most iconic performances in the history of the sport. His distance of 74.08 meters set a new standard for discus throwing, and despite several attempts over the years by other athletes to break his record, it stood for over 3 decades. It was a testament to his exceptional ability to combine strength, technique, and mental focus in a single throw. 1988 Olympic gold medal. Schult's crowning achievement came at the Seoul Olympics in 1988, where he secured the gold medal in the men's discus. His victory at the Games cemented his legacy as one of the greatest throwers of all time. His performance in Seoul marked the culmination of years of hard work, and the gold medal represented a dream come true for the athlete. 1986 European Championships victory. In addition to his Olympic gold, Schult also claimed victory at the 1986 European Championships in Stockholm, establishing himself as the best discus thrower in Europe. This victory was the first major international win of his career and a sign of things to come. World Championships. Success. Schult was a regular contender at the IAAF World Championships. His first World Championships appearance came in 1983, where he secured a bronze medal. Over the years, he continued to perform at the highest level, winning a gold medal at the 1991 World Championships in Tokyo, Japan. This win added to his growing collection of international titles and reaffirmed his place at the top of the sport. National titles. Throughout his career, Schult dominated the East German and later unified German national championships, winning a total of 12 national titles. His consistency in domestic competitions was a crucial part of his success on the world stage, as it allowed him to maintain peak performance throughout the year. Longevity in the sport. Schult's career spanned several decades, and he maintained a high level of performance well into his 30s. He continued to compete at the international level until the early 2000s, making him one of the longest-serving athletes in his discipline. Challenges and controversies. As with many athletes in East Germany, Schult's career was not without its challenges. Growing up in a country with a state-run sports system, Schult was subjected to intense training and scrutiny from an early age. This system produced many world-class athletes but also faced criticism for its use of performance-enhancing drugs. Though Schult himself was never directly linked to doping scandals, the era in which he competed left some questions about the role of the East German sports system in the success of its athletes. Despite the controversy surrounding the East German program, Schult's talent and achievements stand on their own merits. His discipline, work ethic, and exceptional physical ability made him a global champion, and his accomplishments were built on a foundation of skill and determination. Schult also faced competition from other discus throwers, particularly from the United States, where athletes like John Powell and Al Oerter were also dominating the sport. However, Schult's consistency and his breakthrough world record ensured that he remained a step ahead of the competition. Final years and retirement. After achieving his peak in the late 1980s and early 1990s, Schult's career began to slow down in the following years. He continued to compete at a high level, but injuries and the natural aging process began to affect his performances. Schult's last appearance in the Olympic Games came in 1996 in Atlanta, where he finished in 5th place, a respectable but ultimately unfulfilling result after his earlier successes. In the early 2000s, Schult officially retired from competitive athletics, leaving behind a legacy of exceptional performances and groundbreaking achievements. After retirement, Schult shifted his focus to coaching and mentoring young athletes, passing on his knowledge and experience to the next generation of discus throwers.